According to the chakra system and to a lovely book that I really, really appreciate, which is called Eastern Body, Western Mind. It's a book that is based on the chakra system, but from a more human perspective, more grounded. And they are defining the different kind of identities that we have. The physical identity, the purpose of our physical identity of our body is the self-preservation. This is all coming together with the beliefs, because as I mentioned before, we have beliefs around these identities. But we need to understand what each one of these identities is related to, which is the purpose of each one of these. So the physical identity is self-preservation, keep ourselves alive. The emotional identity is to experience self-gratification. I like this, I enjoy this, the pleasure of being alive. The ego or self-identity, it's the self-definition. It's who I am. What am I good at? Which are my talents? What can I share with the world? The social identity brings self-acceptance, and the purpose is to find self-acceptance. Because if we feel that we belong, if we feel that we are appreciated, if we feel that we share, then we create this social identity. Then the creative identity, as we mentioned last week, it's the self-expression. How can I live a more creative life? How can I include creativity in everything that I do? Not only in art, not only in these things, everything that we talk about, self-expression. Then the archetypal identity, and we will go more specific into this identity. This is the self-reflection. This is how I see myself, how I behave myself according to specific archetypes that we will discuss now. And the universal identity. It's the self-knowledge, the wisdom, all that information that it's not only in us, but that exists in the world, in the universe, is this concept of connecting with everything, of being part of everything. Those are the types of identities that each one of us we have. And this is why I talk about check on each one, which are your beliefs behind that, to understand yourself better. Then going specifically to the archetypes are a mix of images and experiences that are unified by a common theme. They have a common root, and they were created to give more sense to our own personality in this case. I put it 7-1, following the way of the chakras. Let's start with the first one, the provider. All of us, at some point, we are providers or mothers, meaning the roots. When are we behaving with this archetype? When it's healthy to be a mother or a provider, and when it is not. We are always mothering someone because it's in our nature. So find out how you deal with this archetype, with this self in you. If you over-identify with the positive aspect of this archetype, which is, in this case, mother, loving, caring, taking care of everybody, being there for everyone, we are denying also the shadow of that part. And the shadow is, I am there for everybody, but not me. I don't know how to say no. we always need to understand that these 7 archetypes, they have, as everything, the bright side and the dark side. So we don't need to fully connect with only the positive side of it because we miss the other part and maybe we are doing it and against ourselves. These archetypes, they help to clarify our modes of perception, again, coming from our belief systems, clear our purpose in life. We need to know when to be a mother, when to be a lover, when to be a hero, when to be a healer, when to be an artist, when to be a seer, and when to be a master. We need to know when, with whom, and where. And if we are respecting this, then we will attract what we need to really fulfill our purpose. If I am a nurse and I need to mother my patients, it's good at a certain point. Otherwise, maybe I will overpass the line. If I am a psychiatrist, it's a healer, it's healing, it's guiding, it's helping. But the psychiatrist cannot be a healer of his own kids. For his own or her own kids, needs to be a mother or a provider. If we place ourselves in the correct archetype, in the correct moment, then we are really living our mission, our purpose. And now we're going to talk about 2 concepts that I am always using, that they are together, that in some literature one englobes the other one, and in others the other one englobes the other one. So we have different concepts around this, and I didn't get into something specific, but I prefer to share with you something that I felt that connected with myself. Consciousness. Everything that we have been learning through this program is to be more conscious about ourselves, our way of being, our way of relating with others. But being conscious, it's being able to see everything, to experience everything, to expand the experience that we are living, and to be fully in the present moment, understanding more and beyond, even beyond our own understanding. These levels of human consciousness were shared by Erich Jantsch, which is an Austrian-American astrophysicist, physician, and writer. He wrote the book My Self-Organizing Universe. And I found this very beautiful and very easy to understand. So he talked about the human consciousness as the rational, the mythical, and the evolutionary. I will say the mind, the body, and the heart. Let's use this as an example. The rational, when we're talking about being conscious, the rational goes into you are in front of the sea. You are watching the sea in front of you. And you are gathering all the information and accumulating all the information related to the sea. So you see the waves, the tides, if it's strong, if it's slow, if it's calm, if the water maybe you are not touching it, so you just see it. Maybe it is warm or cold, maybe there are fishes or not, it's clear, it's gray. You are just gathering all the information, no? You are activating all the information that you know about the sea. Of course, this information, it's coming from all those belief systems, all those past experience, everything. You refer as at the sea as the it, that thing. Then the mythical, it's when you stand up and you start walking towards the sea. And you said, I will live the experience. You go there, you walk, you touch the water. And in the moment you feel the water, then you start to confirm all that information. You feel it's cold, it's warm, it's more salty, it's strong, it's calm. You are starting to feel the experience. You are trying to swim, you are trying to understand how to deal with the sea, how deep you can go, maybe walking, or when you need to start swimming, diving, or playing with the waves. But you take your time to understand. So it's you and it, you and the sea. And then it comes the evolutionary, which for me will be the consciousness, the higher consciousness, the unicity. It's when you and the sea become one. It is that moment when you just float, and you allow yourself to be in the sea or with the sea. And the waves, the water is just moving yourself, and you are part of everything that exists in that moment, of all that ocean, all that sea, all that water, all that life. That is how I explain consciousness. When we are conscious, we start first gathering the information, then feeling that information to understand it better, and then integrating the whole information. And this is the purpose of self awareness, of self development activities, of living more consciously in everything that you are doing, in everything that you are experiencing. The goal is to live in this union, understanding that we are part of everything, and at the same time, each one of us, we have a specific role to play in this beautiful game.